Hi, my name's Chris James, and you're watching A Healthy Alternative. Today, we've got a special guest. One of the members from the group is going to be sharing their story, their battle with cholesterol, high blood pressure, and other things. Lisa's here with us, so stay tuned for that coming up right now.
We're missing a piece of the puzzle. You start getting healthy and you just become a better person. We need to start focusing more on the individual.
All right, Lisa, welcome to the channel.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
I got a chance to look to, we talk ahead of time and I get a chance to get a little bit more familiar, but I've been running behind schedule today. So we're going to have to get to know each other a little bit now. How long have you been on A Healthy Alternative?
Probably only about, I would say not even a year.
Okay. Well, that's a pretty long time because the group's probably only been around maybe 2.5, 3 years. So that's not too bad.
I would say about 8.
8 months.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I guess what I would like to ask is at the beginning of your health journey, not necessarily when you started following A Healthy Alternative, but, at the beginning of your health journey, you got to a point where you're like, I got to make some changes. Things are crazy right now. What exactly was going on with, what were some of your major issues?
My major issue, my highest weight was 368, 370. And one of my biggest issues was high cholesterol.
Gotcha.
So they gave me a pill for high cholesterol. And, on this journey, I noticed that when they give you a pill for high cholesterol, somebody else wants to knock on your door. So high blood pressure knocked on my door and cholesterol let it in. And then they got bored, somebody else. So they said, oh, let's knock on the door of diabetes. And diabetes knocked on the door. So now all three of these things was inside my body having a party that I didn't invite them to.
Wow. So started off, you would say that it started off with the weight, and then that kind of turned into the high cholesterol, which turned into the high blood pressure.
And I just quote unquote never had no issues or any issues that I wanted to address. Unfortunately, our community, we're always like late to care. So I probably had these issues going on with me. And then I was like, oh, it's just a headache. It's just this. And then when I finally went for blood work and everything, they was like, you got high cholesterol. And I was like, okay, we're just going to give you a pill. We're just going to manage it.
Right. That's it. It's all about managing symptoms.
Yeah, they don't cure you, because if they cure you, they don't make no money. So all they do is manage what you got.
Right. So outside of the just being bigger, the weight, you didn't really feel anything. Did you go into to get the blood work done for a specific reason?
I think I just was due for it for either my job or I was going for another job and I needed a physical. So they did a regular panel, and then that's when I always had a touch of high cholesterol, my fatty liver, ever since I was like 24, 25. So, but then I never had to be put on medication until I was about maybe 30.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's interesting that I hear it a lot. People who will be overweight, they'll say like, yeah, I'm overweight, but at least I don't have this. At least I'm like, everything's fine. I'm just overweight. And I think that it's something that we should kind of point out, is that because you're overweight, you're not fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's you might feel okay, but there's definitely something brewing, and it's just literally like a ticking time bomb.
What people don't realize in our community is that if you're overweight and you're obese and you're, you thick or whatever, unfortunately, a lot of men say, oh, I like my women big. I like that. But, do you want me healthy? So people think because you haven't got a piece of paper from a doctor that said, hey, you're unhealthy, this certifies you as being unhealthy. If you're overweight, if you're obese, you're unhealthy. You already have a disease.
Exactly. Very good point. So you got the pill. Now, when they put you on the cholesterol, was it just one pill, or did it
5 milligrams? and I started getting like really bad headache, sweating. It was just terrible. And then I would go back and I would say, hey, this pill don't make me feel right. He was like, oh, it's no side effects. We don't have, I'm like, how do you know it's no side effects when you ain't the one taking this pill?
He said that?
No, he said it's no side effects. I never had anybody complain about side effects. Well, I'm the person taking this medicine and it's foreign in my body.
Right. Wow.
So
I mean,
then it didn't really come down. So then, of course, I wasn't changing my diet. I'm gonna just take the pill. Like I would take the pill and go get me some Popeye's chicken. I don't even care. Like, let me pop my pill. Let me stick it in my biscuit and let me just pop my pill.
Did you make the correlation between your diet and your high cholesterol? Like, did anybody ever like point that out?
Yeah, I mean, we're not silly here. We're adults. Like, I knew I wasn't supposed to be eating fried chicken. I knew I wasn't supposed to be eating pork chops. I that. But when you have this little pill, this little magic pill that says, hey, take this, and it's basically like, take this and you still can eat this stuff. It's kind of like a catch-22.
Right.
So it's like you still want to overindulge. You still want to have gluttony and eat these things that we think are so great. And we don't want to steer away from the pack and be like, oh, people are going to look at me weird if I can't eat fried chicken. I want to overindulge in it and stuff. But I'm just going to take this pill because this pill is basically telling me it's okay for me to eat these things.
Gotcha. So your story is very interesting to me because what it seems like is, okay, you were dealing with obviously the weight thing, right? Then you go in for blood work, really not really feeling anything else. So they put you on the cholesterol pill. The cholesterol pill then gives you a headache that makes you feel, uncomfortable and whatever other side effects it gave you, at least enough to the point where you were like, yo, I need something else because this pill is bothering me. And so then they, I guess, put you on a different type of pill, upped your dosage.
The cholesterol my cholesterol was 3. Your cholesterol is supposed to be under 200. My cholesterol was 378.
Wow.
So they put me on the pill, and it wasn't really coming down with little 5 milligrams or whatever they gave me or whatever. So then they put me on, we'll put you on this trial pill. You know, them trial pills that you see on TV that they try out on, monkeys and rats and stuff. So now they trying it on TV. So they said, let me put you on this trial pill. So they put me on this new trial pill, and my cholesterol did come down. It came down under 200.
Okay.
But the side effects were, I'd rather have high cholesterol than to deal with the side effects that I was dealing with from this pill.
That's powerful because that's so real. Like oftentimes they'll like give you a pill to oh, you got a headache, right? They give you a pill. Oh, the headache goes away, but now you have diarrhea. And it's like, wait a minute, this headache just turned into diarrhea. Like, which one do you want?
I'd rather have a headache.
Right. That's crazy. So then how long after you started taking the cholesterol pills did you then have to like get the blood pressure medication, or did you?
Probably within like 2 or 3. I always had borderline high blood pressure. Then when I started taking the cholesterol pills, when I went back again 3 months later, it was like, oh, your blood pressure is really, really high. And I'm like, oh, okay. So here, take this 5 milligram blood pressure pill.
Gotcha.
And then I'm taking these 3 pills now, and I'm like, okay. And then, never really was, I started walking a little bit, I tried to cut back, I tried to be on a diet. Everything was a diet. And until I realized a diet is, I can't expect permanent results with a temporary solution. So I don't tell people, they were like, what is your diet? I don't have a diet. I can't show you my diet. I can show you my lifestyle because this is me for life. To me, fasting is my life right now.
Absolutely.
So every week I do a fast. Every month I do a different, you have to keep shocking your body, because once you get stagnant and staying in one place, your body's like, okay, she must like staying here. We're going to stay here. So I want to keep my body, just keep shocking it. So I just kept adding different routines. Every month I would change my fast, or every month I would change my workout. I would just change it. And then it helped me address a lot of issues that I had as a young woman growing up, our parents, my parents was like, oh, Lisa, eat all your food. You never know where your next meal is going to come from. And I would just go on that, like, oh my God, I got to eat all this food off this plate because I don't know who's going to feed us next. I don't know if my dad's going to have money. And now it's just like, I don't even worry about that because I don't know where my next meal is coming from, but I know something higher in me is going to provide it. And then when I can't get to the food, I don't freak out. I say, you know what? This is God telling me it's time for me to fast. He's going to feed me. So when I get into my little fringes and stuff, I say, you know what, God, please feed me.
Wow. That's so significant because basically what you just said is from a child, you were trained to make sure that you eat all your food whenever food is presented. It's like, hey,
food is a meat. I never went one day without eating meat. And by something higher than me, because everybody's like, oh, you don't eat meat because I'm vegan. And they was like, oh, and I was like, no, I didn't choose this. Something higher than me chose this because you would not tell my country eating self. I mean, I was drinking collard green juice, and you would not tell me, oh, you're not gonna eat meat no more. I'm like, you lying. I'm going to eat my pork chops.
Yeah.
I deep fry some broccoli like I was gonna eat. But to say I went and I kept seeking information, and I meant to do a 30-day no meat challenge because I went to go see a herbalist in New York, and I said, oh, he gonna give me, because I like herbal teas and stuff. I said, he gonna give me some tea and I'm gonna get off these pills. And I went with a friend, we in a little, vegan group and stuff, and he wanted to clean his organs out and stuff. So we went to go see him, and he was like, I can get you off those pills, but I can't keep you off those pills if you don't stay away from the blood of the animals. I'm looking at him like, what you talking about? I eat my meat well done. What you talking about? I was like, I eat my meat well done. I don't know what you're talking about. So I said, all right, so my friend was like, all right, let's just do a 30-day challenge. Just do 30 days because he was addicted to bacon and everything. So April 9th last year, I said, okay. I said, I'm going to do it for 30 days. First day, messed up, ate some chicken. Then that realized because I was at my girlfriend's house and she was like, you can have a little bit. And I listened to that. And I can't, where I'm at or environment change my purpose and what I'm trying to do. So I let her environment of her cooking for her kids and everything. I hear women say all the time, oh, well, I can't do it. You can do it. You don't have kids. I got to cook for the kids. But the kids don't make you put that food in your mouth. You control what you put in your mouth. And when you let food win, you're letting a substance control you.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to, and fasting is great for that. It does teach you discipline. But coming from a woman that has not a good relationship with food. I don't want to say an addict, but not a good relationship with food because I never was trained. You have to train yourself how to eat because when you fast and that devil, that big girl behind you is like, oh, you want to fast for 30 days? You want to water fast for 19 days? Okay, honey, wait till you eat again. Wait how I come at you and put more weight on you.
Right.
So if you don't refeed correctly and say, you know what, I'm going to eat from the earth. I'm going to let God feed me. I'm not going to eat things out of a package. I'm not going to eat sodium. I'm going to eat fruit, nuts, and vegetables. Until you learn and train your mind how to eat, fasting will never work as well as it can work for you. You can't fast for 30 days or 20 days and then go right back to eating McDonald's and everything else. You have to address your addictions while you're in your fast.
Right. And the key too is like identifying them and really being like, okay, I have a problem with these types of foods or whatever. I find a lot of people, they don't want to just say it like, okay, I have a problem. I have a hard time controlling myself around pizza and McDonald's and hamburgers and whatever.
And they don't want to submit. You're going to have to submit to something higher than yourself to say, hey, I have a problem with this. I'm okay. You don't know how strong you are until you admit how weak you are. People ask me, oh, girl, go out to eat. Oh, let's go. Because I kind of like gave up, drinking and stuff. I said, you know what? I know when I drink some Henny, I want some food. So I can't sit there. I said, okay, I'm not going to eat meat. So I can't soak up this Henny with some carrots. So I had to stay away from those people not saying they weren't for me. I love them, but I just got to find a new connection with them. Because right now I'm on a different journey. So it's not that they don't love me. It's just that I have to find a new connection with you. Because right now what you're into, I'm not into that. And I can't, and I'm strong enough to admit that I'm weak enough not to be around it. I'm not going to sit there and keep dancing with the devil.
That's so powerful. That's like, it's so important because basically, you've gotten to the point where you're like, I love my friends, I love my people, but what they do affects me, and I can, admit that. And so I can't be around them when they're doing these sorts of things because that's not good for me. I mean, that's
Good for me, and I'm weak enough. I'm strong enough to admit that I'm weak, and a lot of women don't.
right.
Like people in the group inbox me and they say, they're like, oh my God, I'm your size. I was your size, or I was bigger than your size. And I tell them they want to know what my magic pill is. You know what my magic pill is? My magic pill is me. My magic pill is that I love me enough now to say, hey, I have a problem. Hey, I have a food problem. Hey, I don't have a good relationship. I can't keep blaming my parents or my dad who died when he was 470 pounds for what my issues. I can't say, oh, I knew I was going to get high blood pressure because my dad had high blood pressure. No.
Right.
It's not generational health.
Right. It's not genetic, it's environmental. It's your parents are passing down their habits, and those habits are producing the high blood pressure and the diabetes and all of that stuff. That's so huge. So what was it was there one particular thing? Was it the cholesterol that kind of pushed you over? Was it the fear of diabetes that was like, yo, I gotta go get this herbal tea?
You know what? That wasn't even it, because I went in this really shallowly. I went in because I didn't have a problem being big. I didn't have a problem getting the guy I wanted. I didn't because, like I said, guys would still approach me at 370 pounds.
Yes,
Different types, but they would approach me. Hey, big girl. Hey, big sexy. I didn't think that was a problem because it's like, okay, I'm still getting the attention or
Right.
whatever. But the thing is, when I looked in the mirror, I didn't like what I saw.
Mm,
You can't expect someone else to give you self-esteem.
right.
I didn't like myself. I didn't like the fact that I couldn't walk up a flight of stairs without getting out of breath. I didn't like the fact that when I got on a plane, I needed an extender. Yeah, excuse me, lady. Can you pass me an extender? And she's handing it down. Can you get this to the big girl in the back that needs the extender? That's so
Man.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
So people would say, well, I don't want to go to the gym and I don't want to exercise. I never really went to a gym. I just started weight training. I was going to my local track and walking around. I said, I'm going to take an hour a day and love myself first. Before my mom, before the dogs, before whoever it is, I'm going to take an hour a day and love Lisa first. So every morning I would get up 8 o'clock, 8 to 9. I didn't care if I walked fast or slow. And the first time I couldn't even make it around the track, I was out of breath. And now I'm running up the bleachers because it's not.
Wow.
It's like, oh, willpower. No. Wish that you have my consistency. So people say, I don't want to work out 3 days a week. No, it's every day. You either go hard or you go home. You either going to have reasons or you're going to have results. And I wanted results.
Mm-hmm. So then, okay, well, let's get more specifically into what you did, because people get mad at me. They'd be like, I don't understand what she actually did to lose weight. So where did you start? Like, did you start with exercising? Did you start with fasting? Was it dietary changes? And then kind of, take me through that.
My starting weight was 370.
Right.
When I started, I said, you know what? I don't like the way I look. I can't walk upstairs and stuff like that. I was taking the pills. I was taking them for a good year and just like crap. So it wasn't that, oh, I have high cholesterol, I want to change it. It never even coincided together for some reason. It's just, I'm taking the pills, I'm gonna eat my chicken, I don't even care. Then I started walking.
Okay.
I started walking around the track. It wasn't, I think my turning point was when I went inside Lane and Bryant and I was a size 26 in jeans. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, I'm a size 26 in jeans. And I just couldn't even deal with it anymore. So then I started hearing about intermediate fast and I stumbled upon it. And I was like, well, what does that mean? How you go? Because we're trained to eat 6 small meals a day. Tell that to somebody with a food addiction, because all I hear is 6. I don't never hear the small. So you can't tell me eat 6 times a day.
Right.
Because I'm going in. So I say, okay. I said, you know what? I need to I know you got to be in a calorie deficit. I know you're not supposed to eat a lot of calories. So I started out skipping breakfast and just eating lunch and dinner. And I wasn't vegan yet. I was still eating meat, like keto, like meat and vegetables, meat in a salad. And I started walking. So in the first 5 to 6 months, I lost like 60 pounds. I went from 370 to 311. Then I guess
Wow.
I stayed right there for maybe a good year, 8 months to a year. And I just
Okay.
thought, I just trained in my head, well, I'm never going to be under 300 pounds again. I'm never going to be under 300 pounds again. So then I see the herbalist that I follow on Instagram, and he said he was going to be in New York. So one day I just got on the train with my friend and we went to New York and we went to go see him, and his place was packed, and we went to his house and he talked to us for 3 hours. And everybody can say something to you, but it just takes that one person to say something to you and it just clicks. And he's that one person said it to me and he explained it to me, because I never even heard about, I always thought vegans or vegetarian, they're weird. They just want to save animals and stuff. I'm like,
Right.
they so weird. I never knew nothing about it, because when you don't know about something, you're ignorant to it. So I was very ignorant to it. So I did the challenge and I said, okay, I'm gonna do 30 days. Made it to the 30 days. In the 30 days, this was my life changing. Then I had lost another 30 pounds in 30 days
Right.
from being vegan. But let me tell you something, be a fat vegan. You can't go starches and the breads and the pasta and the grains. You really have to eat from the earth, from fruit, nuts, vegetables. So because I was like, oh, I'm gonna eat black beans. I'm gonna eat rice every day. And I was like, you can't do that. Because now you're overindulgent in vegan food. It's still overindulgent.
Yep.
When I got down to, I got under, in the 30 days, I got under 300 pounds. And that just sent me in turbo mode. Like, oh my God, I got 300 pounds. And when I got under 300 pounds on day 31, I was in the grocery store and I said, oh, I'm about to cook me a steak, because I gave up dairy too. I said, I'm about to cook me a steak. I'm about to get me a pint of Haagen-Dazs ice cream. And I'm about to go in. I did my 30 days. I did it. Why can't I go in? Why can't I reward myself? And I was in this grocery store and something higher than me said, Lisa, why would you go back to these foods that got you to 370 pounds? Why don't you let me feed you and let me guide you? Stay on this journey. And I just left the steak. I left the ice cream right there in the grocery store. And I never looked back since. I said, you know what? We don't want to give up what we think we like for something that God's going to provide us, for something that we're going to love. And right now I can say, I love this life. I love the way I'm living. I love the way my body is looking. I love the way I'm feeling. I love the way I'm walking. I love the way I'm talking. And I feel like when y'all contacted me for this interview, I was like, oh my God. Usually I have anxiety. I was just like, I'm ready. I'm amped. But you know what? I feel like I don't get to keep this unless I share this. So a lot of people like, I ain't telling you how I did it. You better figure it out, girl. No, I don't get to keep this unless I share this. And I want to give my body back to God in the natural state that he gave it to me. He didn't give me no 370 pound body. I did that to me. So I want to return my body into its natural state that he created it to be.
You, first of all, your energy is so high, your vibration is so high and you look good. And that 30 days was huge for you. I actually did a 30-day Meatless Month too. And that's what triggered me. I was just like, man, like I was able to lose weight in places of my body that like I just could never lose fat before. And it's like, okay, obviously it's the meat, because that's the only thing I did was stop eating meat. And I think
what it's about what my learning is, that it's about digestion. Like when you eat the meat, fish takes 12 hours, chicken takes 16 hours, beef takes 18 hours. So if you're eating dinner in its state, it's sitting in you until the morning. It's just, so it has nothing to do but just say, okay, let me go to your stomach. Let me go to your butt. Let me go to this. It doesn't, being a vegan ain't for everyone, but I will suggest, especially women, to lower your meat consumption. Just lower it. You don't have to eat it every day with every meal. Just say, you know what, on Mondays, I'm not going to eat meat. Or, on Tuesday, I'll eat a salad. Just lower it. And if you're going to eat something meaty or fatty or something like that, try to eat it in the daytime, because it has all day to get through you. But we're so brainwashed by these keto diet. It's a trick, because it's like, okay, it's like giving you permission to eat all this bacon, bacon, and pork, and all this other stuff, which, in our culture, that's what we're accustomed to. But people don't realize, it's slave food. That's what they gave us. That's what they gave us to eat. We don't have to eat that. We don't have to eat that. It was never meant for us to eat that.
Right.
And that's what a lot of people don't want to give up. They don't want to give it up. But like women inbox me and say, oh my God, what you do? The first thing I say is I started loving myself. And they're like, what? What you mean? I started exercising. Because to me, when I exercise, I wanted to get addicted to something that was good. Because I already knew I had food addiction. I already knew I had all these other addiction. So why can't I switch it? Because once you give back one addiction, you can pull another one. So I wanted to pull another one. So now I'm addicted to fitness. I'm addicted to my health. I'm addicted to these things. So I needed a good addiction put into me. And I never thought, you would never tell me last April, I was 311 pounds when I went to go see that herbalist. You would not tell me today I'm 195, 197. I've never seen I never seen under 200 as an adult woman. When I was in the 5th grade, I was 211 pounds in the 5th grade.
Wow.
I never saw one on the scale. And I said, you know what? And I just was so emotional. And I said, you know what, God, you got me here, but it's up to me to keep me here. So I'm going to keep me here. And I just came from a weekend. I was exhausted. I just came from a weekend. I started doing, I said, every month I'm going to do a different exercise, a different, so I didn't did CrossFit. I'm doing my first marathon. I just finished up training to be a hot yoga instructor.
Yeah.
And I tell women, if you do anything, especially Black women, because we say, oh my God, my hair, my this, my that. Like, I would never would have did this interview with a head wrap, but my guy was like, why are you wearing your hair out? Like, because when I do my classes, I wear my hair up because you can be 105 degrees in there, but it detoxes you. It from the inside out. And that's how my waist got snatched. And, I'm not even gonna lie. My waist got snatched from all that heat. But we want to be pretty. We want to have our weaves in, and we want to have our lashes on. Don't wear no lashes inside that yoga room. Them lashes gonna fall right the hell off. Them lashes gonna be on the floor. So you have no choice but to be in your natural state, the way God created you to be.
And I got to say, from a guy's point of view, I like it. I love the natural look. And it makes life easier. I mean, it's like, you don't have to worry about so much. You can kind of enjoy things a little bit more because you're not worried about being so perfect all the time. But that's
your beauty should come from within, and then your beauty should be for the guy that you're with. He should see you and stuff like that.
Yeah. So absolutely. I agree 100%. That self-love is huge. Being selfish and really wanting to do this for yourself, that's important. And not allowing anyone to distract you, to deter you or use someone else as an excuse.
I'm exercising now, come to a class. One of my girlfriends said, girl, you better find you some friends that like to exercise. And you know what? And I got mad and I was like, wow, like, you really gonna say that? And I said, you know what I did? I went to meet some women that like to exercise, and that led me to get my certification to be a hot yoga instructor. So I hope to change that stigmatism that Black women do work out and need to work out.
Yeah.
And need to get out. Oh my God, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want nobody looking at me. But you okay standing in line at Popeyes waiting for a 20-piece of chicken because it's $10 on sale, but you won't go to the gym or you won't go to the track.
Right. So what was, I don't want to try and do the math in my head. What was the total amount that you've lost now?
Like 172.
That's incredible. That's what I thought. I'm like, man, that's almost 200 pounds. That's crazy.
And I incorporated fasting really in the last, I did intermediate fasting, which was a 16-8, which skipping breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Only 2 times a day, and maybe a protein shake. That was it. And I never was counting calories. I only started counting calories now because I'm getting down to, I think, where my body is supposed to be at. So I really don't want to. I write down if I don't write it, this is my trick for me. It works for me. What my trick is, I write down what I eat, because if I don't write it down, it's like it never existed. I don't know where that protein bar came from. I don't know where it never existed in my head. So I write down every time I eat, and I do it, add it up. So when I get that feeling like, oh, I want something to eat, I take my little piece of paper out, my little sticky note, like, Lisa, you really don't want to eat. Look what you ate today. And so it's like, it helps me to write it down. But it's 41. I'm 41. It took 41 years for me to sit here and write down my food.
But that's
And I write it down.
Yeah, that's
I write, if it's a burger, if it's a vegan, whatever it is, I write it down because it holds you accountable. Because I hear so many women saying, eat a lot. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Because you wouldn't be 80 pounds if you didn't eat a lot. You're either eating down and laying on top of it, or you don't want to admit and live in your truth to say, hey, I have an eating problem. You have to start and find a new relationship with food. You have to reintroduce yourself to food.
right.
And create a new relationship, because the relationship you have right now obviously is not working for you. So all these women that's fasting for night, I give them so much credit. I never did a 19-day water fast. I might have did 2 days here, 3 days there. I'm kind of like an alternating day type of faster. But I noticed that, and I don't know what these women issues is. I'm assuming they got some kind of bad relationship with food like I do. So I noticed when I did my 30-day raw juice in January to February 1st, yes, I did lose 20 pounds in that month of raw juice. I was cuckoo as I don't know what, but I was smelling like coconut juice. I was smelling good.
Yeah.
But when I got to February, that big girl that I left back there, Elaine Bryant, caught up. She tried to catch up to me. And she said, oh, when I started re-eating and eating stuff that I wasn't supposed to eat and breads and stuff like that, I gained every pound that I fasted off. And I said, my God, I don't want to be this yo-yoer. Like, what am I going to do? Oh, I'm just going to fast it off again. I'm going to fast it off again. So I had to incorporate that fasting isn't an okay thing because I can eat this because I can fast this weight back off.
Right.
And so a lot of people in the group will fast, gain it back, fast, gain it back. You have to incorporate a lifestyle, like certain days that you're going to fast on. And this is just your lifestyle. If it's on January, I'm going to fast for 30 days, you fast for 30 days. If it's on Monday's your fast day. But when you refeed, which is crucial, you have to reintroduce your body to some good foods. You cannot go back to the McDonald's and the whatever you're eating and stuff. You cannot go back to it because you're going to be right back to where you were. And you have to always keep yourself in a calorie deficit. Like if you know it takes 2,000 calories to stay at the weight you are right now, you're going to have to say, okay, I'm going to eat 1,500 calories at the weight I am right now. So I just try not to go too much over 1,500. And then on top of that, I exercise almost some kind of physical activity every day, at least a half an hour to an hour every day. No excuses. No excuses. 24 hours in a day. I can take 1 hour to love myself.
Right. And even if it means getting up early, which I know a lot of people don't like doing, but it's like people say, I don't have time, but you could get up an hour early and that'll be the time that you use
for what they want to make time for.
Right.
If you got time to be logging on the Facebook and clicking and liking and doing this and going live, you got time to love yourself.
Straight up. Those are some major takeaways. I really like the fact that you write your food down, because then you get to go back throughout the day and really look and say, okay, be accountable for what you're eating. I also like that you're doing either intermittent fasting or alternate day fasting versus trying to commit to these long fasts, because you've noticed that it's challenging for you and you tend to want to revert back to your bad eating habits. So using the lifestyle change, the fasting as a lifestyle change is optimal for you, and you've figured that out. And I try to tell people all the time, there's so many different ways to fast. There's, juice fasting is a great option. But picking, 2 or 3 days a week to do a fast, or, you're not going to eat meat these days. I love these kind of small steps, but you're being very consistent. And you've lost almost 200 pounds with this. And there's people who are yo-yoing back and forth 50 pounds constantly, trying to do long fasts, eating McDonald's, eating pizza, then yo-yo. And it's like, you're not getting anywhere. You're just on the hamster wheel.
You have to give up something that you think you like for something that God is going to put that you love. That's what I had to do. I didn't want to give it up. Like, God, why I got to give this up? Why I got to give this up? And then he just kept telling me, like, I'm trying to give you something that you're going to love. I'm trying to give you something. Give it up so I can give you something that you're going to love. And I finally feel like I found something that I love. I love me. I love the way I look. I love the way my body is coming together. I love my confidence. I love my natural beauty.
Mm-hmm.
But I always thought I got my nails done, girl. I got my hair done. Oh, I got my lashes on. No, that's not my natural beauty. This is my natural beauty.
And it's nice. It's nice. I ain't going to say too much, but I'm just saying it's nice. That's what's up, man. I think my favorite part about all of this is that now that you've gone through this change, not only are you like really interested in sharing this with others, but now you're become a hot yoga instructor, and now you're going to pass your wisdom on to all of your students. And then those people are going to learn, and then hopefully they'll pass it on, and it's just going to be a chain reaction. I mean, who knows how many people you're going to touch?
We just got to be coached a little bit, and it's, and I try to, I'm so passionate, like, oh my God, oh, I see her struggling. Oh, I want to help her. Oh, I want to, but you know what? I had to dumb it down and say, you know what, Lisa, if somebody came at you like that, you wouldn't have listened to them. So I just know God put it in me to share my story and to plant a seed. So what I do is I just plant my little seed. I'll sprinkle my little goodness on you. And it's up to you to grow. But I'm never going to stop planting these seeds on these women that I see that are struggling. I can't tell you what your struggles is. I can tell you what my struggles is, and I can tell you how I overcame my struggles.
So I'm curious, how long, are you officially off the pills and everything? How's your health now?
Myself off the pills the day that I did the 30-day challenge last April 9th. I just said, you know what, God? I said to myself, I said, you know what? If I'm not going to put these foods in my body, the foods, the oils that we cook with, the olive oil, the vegetable oils, and all this stuff, if I'm not going to put these foods in my body that create high cholesterol, which it runs in your arteries, that means your arteries are clogged and everything, I'm not be eating meat and stuff. Why do I need to take these pills?
Yes.
So I said, you know what? I said, I was sitting around here walking around at 370 pounds with a cholesterol of 380 and eating fried chicken, and I ain't dropped dead. I said, so you know what? I did it on my own free will. I said, you know what? I'm not going to take these pills. And I haven't took them since.
I love the common sense, and that's not a shot at anybody else, but seriously, like you had the high cholesterol for who knows how long. You know what I mean?
I was 25. I had like a touch of it. They never really put me on a pill. 30, they put me on a pill, and then that pill led me to high blood pressure. And then 2 years ago, I had got a touch of diabetes. I went to the hospital, and I just wasn't feeling right. And I just kept urinating. And I was like, my God, so they're like, oh, you have a UTI. I'm like, okay, I got a UTI. No big deal. They came back in the room. They said, oh, your UTI went to your kidneys and you're septic. I've never been hospitalized in my life. I just lost my mind. So they had me on these really high antibiotic to get the sepsis out of me and everything. And when I came out the hospital, I was like, I cannot do this anymore. And they tested my blood and everything, and they said my A1C was 6 and up. It's like your diabetes. I was at a 5.9. So one more point is like, hello, diabetes. I'm coming to the party. So I said, you know what? And I was like, oh my God, why? I don't eat sweets like that. Oh my God. I'm a comfort food. I'm a macaroni, but I'm never putting the connection. It's the starches, starches. Oh, you got diabetes. You must eat a lot of cakes and pies and this. I don't. I like comfort food, mac and cheese, potatoes, the starches. So that's what triggered me to really be like, you know what? I do not want diabetes. Like, I don't know why I felt like I was so comfortable with high cholesterol and high blood pressure. But for some reason, when they said diabetes, I said, oh, nope. I need my fingers and toes. I can't do this.
Right. Yeah.
So I almost died in the hospital. I spent 3 days in the hospital on a heavy antibiotic. And then the antibiotic, as any woman would know, when you're on an antibiotic, it causes other female issues. And people say, well, how do you stay? I get so bored eating vegan. You know what? I don't get bored. You know what was boring to me? Taking all them damn pills in the morning, having all those feminine issues and everything. So for me, not having to be going to the doctor and saying, hey, I got this issue. Hey, I got that, whatever, bacteria, all that and everything. It all grows in meats, because the thing is, meat's not the way it was when our parents was eating meat. When our parents were eating, they go to the backyard and kill a chicken and come back in there and your grandmama cooked it. Not now. It's no reason why a chicken leg should be the same size as a turkey leg. This don't make no sense. And then people say, oh, well, I eat organic and I eat from Whole Foods. My vegetables come from Aldi's. I said, you know what? My dirt is my meat. My vegetables are being grown in the same dirt your little organicness is being grown in. To me, it's all about the way you clean it once you get it to the house. Once you clean it with some vinegar, some white vinegar and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Bacon, people don't realize that, but they just want to pay this high price because it's marketing. You either sell or be sold.
Yep.
You either sell or be sold. So we are sold on meat. Because every commercial, you don't see no vegan commercial. You don't see nothing. Oh, we got this vegan dish. You see McDonald's. You see Popeyes. You see all this stuff about meat, fried foods, fried this. You don't see nobody advertising. You don't see people open up a salad shop. You see people opening up a new McDonald's, a new Chick Flicks or whatever the hell the name of it. You don't see that.
Yeah.
You don't see that. You see what they want. They want to tell you to eat this because it's advertisement. You either sell or be sold.
Yep. And I just did a video last Sunday talking about it was literally just, hey, if you're interested in getting meat out of your diet, here's some steps. And I got so much backlash on that video, people telling me that, I'm insane and you got to have meat to live and all these different things. And it's like, but you can research people who have been vegans for, 30, 40, 50 years and they're healthy and they look good. So what are you talking about? I need to eat meat, and I did I know I did 30 days without meat and I only felt better for it. So what are you talking about? And it's like, I'm not telling people that they can't eat meat, but just like you said, the meat we eat today is not the same meat our parents ate, so it's got all these chemicals and everything in it. And then, you love it so much, you're addicted too much. You got the parasites in you telling you, yeah, you got to eat it. And you're just feeding all these creatures and things and you're getting mad at me. It's like, I'm not even attacking you. I'm just saying, if you're interested in get rid of it, here's how.
Yeah, if you're interested, I don't sell people on it. I'm telling you what worked for me.
Right.
If you want to try it, if you want advice about it, I'm right here to give you advice about it. It might not work for you, but you know what? It works if you're working it. It works if you work it. It's nothing magical about not eating meat or whatever like that. It works if you work it.
Right.
You can't say, well, I did it for 30 days and ain't nothing happened about that. Okay, but was you eating rice? Was you eating beans? Was you eating pasta?
Thank you.
It's like baking a cake. Like with this weight loss and with this, like it's like baking a cake. You need to have all the right ingredients for it to rise.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just say, well, I'm just going to exercise, but I'm going to overeat. Well, I'm give up meat, but I'm going to eat starches. You just got to put in the right ingredients and then your cake is going to rise.
Yes, 100%. And that's exactly what I was telling some of them in the comment sections. I'm like, okay, this one guy was like, yeah, I've been a vegan. I was a vegan for 15 years and my teeth started to crumble and all these things. I had digestive issues. And it's like, but what were you, just because you're a vegan or just because you're a vegetarian doesn't mean you're eating healthy. Like, what were you eating?
So much. It's such a fad now, with saying I'm vegan. A lot of people just want to say they're vegan, but you can be a slutty vegan. Mm-hmm. You can be a little nasty little vegan, which you go into Whole Foods and you're going in there getting all this processed vegan food. The key is not really vegan. The key is process. Because anything that's processed has to be held with salt, has to be held with sugar.
Starch.
So if you vegan, so I can go and eat this slutty burger. I can go eat this Beyond Meat or whatever the heck they eat or whatever like that. It's a process.
Yep.
So if you don't stay away from the process, because it took a process to make it look like that. Mm-hmm. It took a process for you to consume it. It took a process for it to be preserved on that shelf. So my rule that I try to follow that helped me tremendously is someone said, you know what, Lisa? I don't eat nothing out of a package.
Yep.
I leave once, because a package to me has no limit. So if I go and I get a bag of chips and it says serving 4, guess what? Guess what, Chris? I'm woman 1, 2, 3, and 4. It ain't no limit to me. I'm gonna eat the whole package.
Right.
So a lot of people overindulge and they don't even realize it because they say, "Well, I just had this little bag of chips." No, you had a bag of chips that was meant for 4 people.
Right. Very good point.
But if you stick with things from the earth, the fruit, nuts, and vegetables or whatever, you ain't supposed to eat 6 apples. Who can really eat 6 apples? Your stomach's going to swell up.
Yep.
So if you eat natural things that are naturally going to digest, and a lot of our people do not have the right digestion either.
Mm-hmm.
With movements and stuff. They just sit there. I have girlfriends say, "Oh, I haven't pooped in 3-4 days." I'm like, okay, you do know constipation equals death, right? That food should not be sitting in you for 3, 4, 5 days.
Definitely.
Flow and move out. When every time you eat, a couple hours later, it should be flowing.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't be having pooping 3, 4 days at a time later. That's ridiculous.
A week later.
A week later.
I didn't. My sister, Siobhan, Queen Vonnie, she would tell me it would take her a week, maybe even more, to have a bowel movement. I'm like, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, I never had no issues like that, but I hear my girlfriends all the time, and they're like, "Oh, my stomach, oh, I'm bloated." What am I? I'm like, you haven't took a poop in a week? Like, what? I just don't understand it. So, a lot of women don't realize how important fiber is to your diet. You have to incorporate some kind of high fiber to get these things that you're putting in your body out of you.
Right.
Food is not meant for entertainment or enjoyment. Our culture, we post pictures. Oh, look at these crab legs. Oh, look at these ribs. Look at this and everything. It's not meant for enjoyment. It's just meant to sustain you and to get you through your day. It's not meant for the enjoyment of gluttony and just overindulging in it and saying, "Oh, look at this." Because I guess we associate eating good and being able to afford these luxury meats and stuff. We're doing good. I'm doing so good because I have a porterhouse steak. I'm doing so good because I can eat crab legs with dripping butter and corn on the cob and everything. Your value shouldn't be in how much food you have.
Right. Very good point. I think in the old days, they would like kings and stuff. You knew that people were wealthy because of how big they were. Like if someone was overweight, it was like it's a status. And you're right that basically we still have that mentality today, where like I'll be following somebody who is like building a business, and they start off kind of slimmer or whatever, and as they become more successful, they gain more weight, and you just kind of joke and say, "Oh, they're eating good," but they're eating a lot more, and they're eating fattier stuff, and because they got the money, they can afford it now.
Yes,
it's crazy. So I wanted to just kind of make sure that was there any other kind of final points that you wanted to get across before we end?
My final point to anybody out there, whether it's men, just to our culture, is that, even with Black men, diabetes is just so on the rise. It's just terrible in our community. And we just can't sit there and get comfortable, because once you get to it was a point where I got so comfortable with being that size, and you have to get out of your comfort zone. And in our culture, like now guys say to me, "My God, you need to stay right there. You don't need to lose another pound."
Right.
And I didn't know I was doing this for you.
Oof.
I didn't know I was doing this for you. You see a physical transformation. You don't know the mental and the spiritual transformation that I had to go through to get here.
Right.
So don't you sit there and talk about the purpose that God has for me. Just something physical that you like. Because I'll take the mental clarity and over the physical clarity any day.
Yeah. I agree.
I would tell people out there, you have to get up and you have to move your body. Stop being lazy. Stop being lazy. We have a culture of women that are very lazy. We'll put all this effort into, our lashes, into our weaves, and we'll send $200-$300 over to another country for this box of hair to come over here, but we don't put no money into ourselves. Say, "Oh, it must be expensive to eat vegan." How is a cucumber and carrot expensive?
Right.
No, it's not. Well, I was eating vegan, but I was bored. Okay. Well, I didn't know I was bored on 8 pills. I was bored with that.
Right.
I was bored on almost having to get insulin. So I take this boredom any day.
And to be honest with you, as far as my experience goes, I actually eat a lot better now than I used to. Like because basically you're constantly looking for different recipes, whereas before I would eat the same stuff: meat, fish, chicken, beef, steak, or whatever, and I'd maybe make some spaghetti, have some pasta, and that was it every day, all the time. And it's like, oh, and maybe some pizza. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's boring. I eat 6 different things and I just rotate.
Some recipes. It's no recipe. Just all you gotta do is just be simple. It's just simple. Like when I was away at my little trip, vegetable stands was everywhere. Stop got me a mango. Stop got me an apple. Whatever. You don't have to make it difficult. You're making it more hard than what it is when it's just whatever grows out the earth. Just eat it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to have something special and and Gouda cheese and all this and chili cheese fries and I want this specialty. You're entertaining and you're feeding your gluttony for food.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to entertain it. And people just don't want to, they rather just say, oh, well, I'm going to take this magic pill. I'm going to do, so many women say, did you have surgery? Did you? Right. And I used to be mad. I was like, oh my God, these women think I had surgery. Oh my God, I'm so pissed off and everything. I said, you know what? But I take it as a compliment. If you think I got to where I'm at 172 pounds lost out of surgery and like this, then that's a compliment. That means I'm doing something right. Because you know what my mama taught me? You ain't got to worry about when they talking about you. You got to worry about when they stop talking about you.
Yeah. True that. Well, Lisa, it has been an absolute pleasure. I love your attitude, your energy. I just, I love what you're doing. I love where you're going. I like that you keep them dudes in their place. I hate when women are so concerned with what men think and guys saying, "Oh, you look good there," and da 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 da. It's like, because it's the same thing for me. I'm much smaller than I want to be, and there's a lot of people telling me, "Oh, Chris, you're too small," da 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 da. But they don't know why I'm doing it. Like they have no clue, and they don't care. It's like,
you know what's happening to me? They will say, "Oh, Lisa, don't lose no more." None of these men ever said, "Damn girl, don't you gain no more weight." Nobody cared what I was doing when I was 370.
Right.
But now that I put an apple or an orange in my mouth, that's all you eating? But you didn't eat nothing when I was eating 8 pieces of chicken.
Right. Crazy. Do you have any social media? I know you said you're about to do the hot yoga. Is there anywhere, people can reach out to you and maybe link up?
Yes, right now they can reach out. I mean, on my personal Facebook page, they can inbox me through the group. Whoever wants help. Every time I see a woman's story up there that I feel like I can help or I can help on their journey, I say, "Girl, inbox me," and I give them any advice or anything that worked for me. When I do get my Hot Infernal page up, I'm going to post it to the group so the women can follow me up there.
Okay. Well, if you reach out to me when you get it all going, if you give me something, a link or whatever that I could post in this video, I'll go ahead and put it underneath. So if you guys are watching this video and maybe it's, 3 months, 6 months from now, maybe it'll be up and going and you'll be able to just check it in the link.
Okay.
So everybody out there, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you want to make sure not to miss any of my videos or lives. I usually do videos Sunday at 10:30. That's Central Time, 10:30 a.m. Central Time. And as always, the application of knowledge is power. And we will see you guys next time.